What's that? Round 2? Frosty, son of a.
Do you believe you still possess the ability to be happy?
Oh, damn.
No.
I'd say it with this in front of
that
you.
sounds weird 'cause I'm like half smiling right now.
Right now?
I don't. Right now. Maybe there's a way to get it back, but
I could get him in the
no.
middle.
I don't think I can.
But I'd tell
experience
somebody
joy.
that wasn't
I
in
don't-
charge, like, yeah, I have to walk
I'm
this
aware that's a
infirmary,
very
this person in
sensitive
an iron
topic, and I wanna
lung into
respect
this
your
man. You've heard it before.
So before we
I have
begin,
to
I wanna
roll.
ask, is there anything that's
I'll
off
make it
limits?
happen.
No. If I am uncomfortable with something, I'll just say something like, "Can we pass on that for a second?"
Nobody's gonna argue.
And gather my thoughts again. I won't say no to anything.
I
Sometimes
said there was
just
this
need more
guy and you
time
leave him
to
the hell alone, guess
think
what you
about a
do? If I
proper
pass that
answer,
torch to
because
him
it
and he looked at this guy and you
works
leave him the
slowly
hell alone,
sometimes.
guess what you're gonna do?
Why does it work slowly sometimes?
Oh, get your head knocked around.
You know enough math and it's in there for the right numbers and you programmed it correctly where, well, it was
Can you
supposed to be
list for me
him
all of
and
your
those
diagnoses?
tests done.
I'm probably gonna fail. But
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
try.
gonna fail. You know, it's not a choice. Over here in
Schizoaffective.
Fascialist IMA, it's like,
That's
well, brother,
schizophrenia with
yours is gonna be different.
personality
I
disorder,
have to
which
test you because that's what's fair. I'd love to just
borderline
give you all the
personality
pretty nurses and stuff, but no. We got to see what you can actually do, but then there might be some of that which is beneficial.
It's PTSD,
If
but instead of
you do that because
one
we're talking
traumatic event,
hypervigilance, because believe me, brother, I
more than
feel you.
one,
I
so
get
it's
all of it.
complex PTSD, multiple traumatic brain injuries. Well,
So much
obviously, like manic depression and
You stand in a reactor core long enough, you
anxiety
blow.
disorder.
Well, it's
I
tough
love
because I can't tell you about
And
background on
something one
things
day just
over
kinda
time.
clicked, and it was
So
a
my
steady
hypervigilance is gonna hit his
down,
hypervigilance
down,
down. You know, it's gonna
down,
step
and
wave.
trying
I
to
can
hide it.
immediately bring him
You know,
over
you
into
don't really
this
know that you're
because
going
that's
down
where the
until
mechanic is
people-
really good.
you realize
Like
that you're
this,
not
and I'll
anything, like
teach you how to do that. I
nothing.
keep this right here. I want to fucking be there. You're programming sharps up here in the corner. That's this brother right here, but not this brother because this brother's you until you figure that out. Because then big revelations and prophets and Vishnu Shiva stuff you got here playing with. Like, wouldn't matter if you had whatever. You could be twitching and doing crazy shit, and they call you Oracle and
Shit aside and pretend it's not there, so you don't.
he wouldn't recognize that. And I would the brutal force. He'd hate me every day for it for about 90 days until he realized it's a safe place, and then back to this.
Psychosis event.
What is it like to experience psychosis?
Horrifying.
Got to do a bunch of 90s. Johnson Road, Tompkins,
know
back
what
to
it
Johnson
is.
Road, Delaware Basin,
Well, I
phone,
didn't-
integrated wood component.
I'm,
Gotta
people,
be around.
I'm now at least a little more alert to some of the symptoms.
Subject matter would go to that's
things
tough, man.
for me
Sorry, that's Carl
were
Tuckerson right there.
Normal. And then they warn.
You've been there.
I know,
It's their turn to
sort of
talk.
know
I gotta
why.
shut the
there's
fuck
nothing
up. I
really
know I'm right. I'm gonna
triggered
say
per
something
se.
like, all right, quick, it
Well,
can
yeah,
be
there
in this
was.
box over here.
There was
You'll
definitely
do that,
triggered.
and well, I can't
I
know
also
until I'm
experienced
Oppenheimer testing you,
and
holding you
one of
down
mine
in the reactor
Is
core.
I am thoroughly convinced.
And you're gonna make squeaky
when
noise and
people
lights
go
and
through
sound, go
my
blue,
mail,
and try to kill me.
bug my phone. The crazy person talk. And I can joke about that because I know it's insane. But I'm convinced it's real. Does that even make sense?
That what? Keep going.
Like, you can
I
logically
ain't done
know
yet.
that you're being irrational, but what you hear, smell,
Zero.
see, touch, taste, when your senses convince you it's real, what does logic matter anymore?
It's
'Cause I
tough
can
though
feel
because
it,
he
I
has
can
ticks.
smell.
Well, the difference is there.
can
Could you
see
hold
it, I
like
can
this?
hear
Can we
it.
play a staring contest on that
Logic
thing?
doesn't always work out.
Probably not.
In
And it's
this
just gonna
moment,
be a physical thing.
even
I
though
gotta
you
lie.
just
I can't look at
communicated to
people.
me
Like
that
here,
you
I
know
can't.
it's
I'm
not
just
real.
pause.
Do you still
Stop.
believe it to be true?
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Authority.
Do you have memories of psychosis?
Flashes.
45. Hubble. Bring it to the
Flashes.
table. Every question they
No.
have is a problem.
I can't
Schizophrenia,
describe them
it's
as
a Hubble
memories
45. I
because
graph
I
y'all.
see
Me,
them as
I'm the bar.
memories.
I'm tweaky. Who's close enough? We'll check what it takes over time, and
them
I'm gonna
almost.
watch you. Make this
I
guy.
have to think really hard to think of them.
But
too.
it
Like,
because it's a
that
goal, it's
foggy.
practice. He'd pick up on a few.
I
It
have
might
a
not be all the
flash. I'm in
time,
a
but
hospital bed, I'm laying
if I
on my
graph
back,
that across the board,
and the mental health person
schizophrenia.
apparently was there to
Bam,
speak to me,
in there.
and they had drugged me up so heavily that I remember barely being able to open my mouth.
So that's something I agree with. Crashed in a telephone pole at 70, brother. I put it in, I aimed for it. God Doomslayer Scar. Remember the demon that day. You know, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but you know, when you get into the dope and stuff, they wanted to put me right on Halifax or something like that. And it's like, maybe you observe me just a little bit before you put me on any drug. You can really quantify that I've, you know, been disturbed or gonna snap or do something like that. That's the first thing. I mean, obviously I'm in a hospital bed. That's the first part. Ow, I'm not going far fast, and I'm kind of very complacent off the first few times. What makes the snap? Get him on a pill. Well, then they give you shit about, well, it wasn't anything out of marijuana. It's like, don't test it. You can't do it anymore, ever. It's like, I don't know so much it was the problem. Me popped me for a marijuana. I had planned for a marijuana garden, make money, do things, go work at Johnson Road. But then they arrest you. You can't get it. You're on probation. Wind up in at the stone mill, you know, wet and stone mill and dust, silicosis, burning rock all the damn time. You know, I don't mean to undersell. I don't have the tics this person has. It makes it difficult when I have to stand next to him and when I specify why the need for schizophrenia, because I'm going to snap when I go hypervigilant, PHTD, about decisions of bosses doing things, about not training or preparing for things like this. And it's no offense to this guy when I say it's things like this, because I'm sure he looks pretty able. I'm sure he'd thump on me a little bit if I pushed him, poked him hard enough, and eventually that PSTD would turn into a, 3 murder or whatever. Self-defense or something. But
And speak words. And she was asking me a bunch of
at the point, you know, what's the medication here? What's the Jack Daniels with alcoholism? Nope, can't drink ever again. Probably going to cause him a lot of bullshit. Personally, it's the amount. Then you plan the situation. Are you watching me today? Like, I bet you if you sat here, if I looked at your wife across the table, she's like, normal act like this? No, he doesn't act like this whatsoever. Yeah, I believe it. And if she wanted to load up because you got it loaded up coming, I might back her up. Dust it off, knock off those marshmallows now. Hopefully she doesn't take advantage of it by paying attention. I'm very hypervigilant, schizophrenic. Maybe that frame exists, maybe it doesn't. 1-0, if I look at it, my decision looked like it was going down that direction, maybe I don't leave him burning rock. Twitching, kicking real hard, look like he's tearing out the boss's asshole every day. Figure out why.
Experiencing some right now, and it's no. It's like, dude, I'm sorry,
Life
I can't tell you that because when you start
is paradox, it's triage. If they were on the stone mill pumping rock, wouldn't matter. They would have had in the community. I have to make it work. That person over there has to get it. Part of the equipment now. Beep beep.
And I think that shows growth that you're able